You likely have a list of tasks that need your attention right now. You know the deadlines and you understand the stakes, yet you remain anchored. This is the reality of resting inertia, a state where the mental friction of starting a task feels physically heavy, making the first move seem impossible. Most people wait for this feeling to pass. They look for a sudden surge of inspiration or hope for a shortcut that will bypass the effort entirely. This biological stalemate means we assume we need energy to act, but the relationship is inverted. Sitting still drains your battery. Movement charges it. Waiting trains your brain to stay in this cycle. Over time, your comfort zone solidifies, turning temporary delay into permanent habit. Because logic rarely wins a fight against biology, breaking this cycle requires a shift in perspective. To see how that works, we look to the story of a boy who tried to buy his way out of laziness, only to find himself trapped by a lie. Alex was a boy who felt completely paralyzed by his own lethargy. He spent his days wishing things were easier until he finally sought out a man known for his wisdom, Grandpa David. Alex didn't ask for a lesson or a lifestyle change. He demanded a cure, something fast and effortless that would fix his laziness without requiring him to lift a finger. Grandpa David told him that such a cure existed. High atop a distant, rugged mountain peak, hidden inside a dark cave, were two magical pills, one red, one blue, that could end laziness forever. But then Grandpa David mentioned a complication. He told Alex that another boy from the village had already set off to claim the pills for himself. Suddenly, the effort of the climb mattered less to Alex than the fear of losing the easy way to someone else. The threat of competition did what logic couldn't. It forced him to stand up and run. Alex left the village at a sprint. The lethargy that had defined his life for years was instantly replaced by a singular, frantic focus on the mountain. To reach the mountain, he had to cross a violent river. He gripped the oars and rowed with a ferocity he didn't know he possessed. As his muscles burned, the initial panic of the race began to transform into a steady, rhythmic momentum. He spent the next several days hiking through unforgiving terrain. The paranoia that his rival was just around the bend kept him moving, but by the third day, the movement itself had become a habit. His body had adjusted to the strain. Alex reached the cave first, grabbed the pills, and rushed back to Grandpa David. He arrived gasping for air, his clothes torn and his body exhausted, but he held the cure in his hand. Grandpa David took the pills, looked at them, and then swallowed one himself. He told Alex the pill was just a sugar tablet he used for his own back pain. The magic was a fiction. Alex stood there in silence. He was forced to reconcile two conflicting facts. He had spent years feeling incapable of basic tasks, yet he had just rode, hiked, and climbed for days without stopping. The journey to the cave reveals the actual mechanism of change. Alex wasn't cured by the pills. He was cured by the river and the mountain. The physical exertion rewired his resting state. This graph represents the physics of change. The flat inertia line breaks only when hitting the friction of high effort, generating kinetic momentum. The fake pills were a decoy to authorize this initial friction. Once in motion, the momentum becomes self-sustaining. This confirms there are no shortcuts. Achievement is the result of labor, and no amount of wishing can replace the physical requirement of hard work. The initial paradox is resolved. You don't take action because you are motivated. You become motivated because you took action. Action is the only way to move the needle on laziness. If you are waiting for the right mood, you are waiting for a pill that doesn't exist. You have to manufacture your own urgency. Pick a goal, set a deadline, and start moving before your brain has time to talk you out of it. Every step you take, no matter how small, adds a crack to the walls of your comfort zone. Eventually, those walls will fall, but only if you keep moving. What step will you take today? Till then, stay patient, stay grateful, and keep moving forward in life.